Hi everybody, we're back again today with this Temu chicken coop. We're going to continue working on it. You see I got my beanie hat on today. It's a little chilly out here in Florida, and the weather's only going to get colder from here for the next few days from what I understand. Hey, do me a favor, give me a like or a subscribe if you find my videos interesting. And today we're going to get into doing the tarp, wheels on the bottom, a platform for the feed, and maybe even some water. It's a lot to do for today, so let's get into it. So in typical fashion, I was thinking about my wheels for the chicken coop, and I went into the shed and I found some recycled bolts and lag screws here. I did buy some washers. I bought a couple of nice wheels from Amazon. These are 2 inches wide, 8 inches tall, flat free solid rubber tires, so hopefully we won't have to worry about that. I also have a big old tarp that I got from Amazon, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and some bungee ball cord things, tie downs. So it might be a little ambitious for today to get all that done, but we'll see what happens if the weather holds out for us. It's supposed to get really windy later on, maybe after this front comes by, but we'll see what we can do, and well, let's get into it. So my idea is, on the back corner here, I want to put like a lever fulcrum type of wheel system here, and I think I'm going to make that out of wood. I've watched a bunch of videos on YouTube, and everybody's kind of got like a slightly different take on that system. Well, I'm going to see if I can figure mine out, and join me for the journey as we figure it out. Okay, so here's what I got so far. I got my big old handle, leverage handle. Got the hole down there, which I'm going to lag screw through it and into the base. Got my tire here that when I push down should lift up the whole coop. Now all I got to do is figure out on the other end down here some kind of mechanism to hold on to it when it's in the down position, so that you don't have to stand there and hold it, and you can roll the coop. All right, continuing on, here we go. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now all I got to do is figure out how to do a something down on this end to capture that while it's down. And what I'm thinking is a hook. I'm going to put a hook there and maybe a few links of chain to capture on the hook. Let's see how that goes. Okay, well that didn't go as planned. My thought was to use a couple of fence staples to just staple this chain to the end of the board, but that's doing a number on that wood, so I'm going to have to find something different. Let's see what I can come up with. Okay, well, I got the wifey thumbs up of approval. So basically what I did was I used a piece of like strapping. I doubled it over, screwed it in place. That secures the chain, and then the chain, I only needed like 3 or 4 links here with my hook, and one-handed I can do it. I probably can't get it back on there one-handed. There we go. And with my hand in the right position, there we go. I'm happy with that.
Me too.
And it lifted off the ground about 2.5, 3 inches. Now all I got to do is do the same thing on the other side. Okay, before I get into the other side, I kind of wanted to, in case you were interested, I wanted to show you a couple little minor detail things. So what I did was, from the corner to this bolt is 5 inches. This bolt I went 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. So basically when it's in this position, the bottom of the pen and the bottom of this board are flush. I went 2 inches forward from the back of the board here. That's where I drilled the hole, and that big lag screw goes all the way through into the base. And then from that point I went 10 inches up to this point here. And again, I went 3/4 of an inch to about an inch up from the bottom of the board to the center of this hole. And that was kind of a longer bolt because it had to go not only through the 2-inch hub, it also had to go through the 1.5 inch piece of 2x4. You saw in the other part of the video where I kind of countersunk so that the bolt head doesn't stick out here. The handle itself I did 4 foot long, so you've got plenty of leverage to act like a fulcrum here. And then of course I already showed you the chain at the front to hold it down. So that about does it for this side. And like I said, now all you got to do is rinse and repeat on the other side. Okay, well there you go. See, learning as we go. I put this one together over there on the workbench the same exact way I put the first one together. And then I brought it over here and realized, oops, it's the opposite side. It kind of needs to be put together the opposite way. All right, let's try again. Learning as we go. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. I got the wheel over there done. I got the wheel over here done, and I picked up the front end of the Coop, and it started rolling towards me because we're on a little hill right here. So I guess it's effective. It works. I still haven't decided if we're going to do wheels on the front, but that is done for right now. On to the next thing. Okay, well see, this is the size of can I'm going to use for a feed bucket, and there's plenty of room all the way around it, so I don't think I need to make that any bigger. I just need to fill in the hole. Okay, easy enough. Okay, really happy with that. Nothing fancy, just a nice little level platform for the feed can to sit on. Of course, this isn't the actual can we're going to use. We've got another can that's got the little chicken feeder ports in it already. I was just using this can as a measuring template. All right, good to go. On to the next thing.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back. We had to take a couple of day break there. Weather got really cold and tried to rain on us, and we almost had some snow. Imagine that down here in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. But I'm gonna get back to this project. I'm gonna start running some hose for a water. I usually use the Red Giant brand self-filling chicken waterers. You'll see what those are like here in just a minute as I get going. Alrighty, come on. Okay, so I wanted to point out that earlier I said Red Giant, but these are actually Little Giant brand that I get off of Amazon. And of course this one's used, as you can tell. It's been out in a different chicken pen for 2 years and it still works pretty good. But the basic idea is this end is spring loaded, so it autofills up to a certain level. It has an adjustment here that you can lock down when you get the adjustment correctly. The really nice thing about these, in my opinion, is the fact that the end here is like a regular tire valve end where the water comes out. So if you have any problems, you can use a valve remover tool and pull the valve out, clean it, whatever, put it back in. They're very, very high quality, 100% made out of brass. And then when you just put them together, you put them together like that and you turn the water on, it automatically fills, and it's got the spring motion to where it'll, when you have it adjusted correctly, it'll fill the bowl up, and you never have to worry about water for your chickens. All right, well, we're getting pretty close to the end of this project. One last thing we're going to do with the nesting box is put these little rubber mats in there, and that kind of takes the place of, we don't have to put so much hay back and forth. We found that the chickens kind of do like these. We get these off of Amazon also, and they seem to fit in there pretty good. The other thing that I really like about these is the fact that if an egg gets broken or gets dirty in there, they're easy to pull out and hose off. Okay, all set. All right, well, that's it. Looks like the last thing we need to do is the tarp. And speaking of tarps, I kind of wanted to talk about tarps real quick. We bought this one. It is a brand new 16 mil super heavy duty tarp. And yes, it costs like $60, $65 on Amazon. I've heard a lot of people talk about those used billboard tarps. And of course, this is just my opinion, but in my opinion, I don't know that they're worth it. I mean, they're used, so you don't know if you're getting one that has cuts or holes in it already, and there is no grommets in them. You've got to buy a grommet kit and put grommets on it, and you know, to put it up on something. So I just don't know. I'm not convinced. So I'm sticking with the brand new 16 mil. And to give you an example, those tarps out there are over our goat enclosure, and those tarps are going on 2 years old. Now, we have taken them down a couple of times when we know a really bad storm is coming, and then we put them back up, but they've held up really well. And again, like I said, that's the brand new 16 mil super heavy duty tarps, instead of those billboard tarps. I don't know. Convince me otherwise if you can, and I don't know, maybe someday I'll give them a try. But we're going to, for right now, we're going to get this tarp up on this chicken pen, and so we can put a big old done stamp on it. To improvise a little bit with a couple of bungee cords, and then this really long distance we had wanted to go all the way down to the bar there, so we improvised with a couple of actual bungee cords. But now this is done. So this is kind of what I was thinking. The wheels on the back lift up the back end. We have our tractor that can put the forks just barely under the front end, and these two hooks with this short little chain. Right here is a spot for a ball. I have a ball that'll go in that spot. Put the chain over the ball, and then you can use the tractor to move this around. Super simple, in theory. Okay, here's my idea to fruition. There's my hitch, chain, forks are barely under the front tip of the tractor, pen, wheels are down. We are ready to see if it moves easily. Here we go. So future me coming back in time to give you a quick recap of what we did with this project. Of course, we bought the chicken coop and the nesting box off of Temu. We bought the wood and some screws from Home Depot. We got the tarp, the wheels, the nesting pads, assorted eye hooks and hose splitters from Amazon. all in, not including the parts that I already had here at the property that I reused, but all in, we spent $480 on this project. I plan on doing another one sometime soon, maybe a different style, and we'll compare how much that one costs. So that's our other monster chicken pen that we did. Kind of the same idea. That is actually 2 dog kennels from Tractor Supply that we put together, and I put a wood frame around the bottom, and I use these really expensive jack stands to jack it up and move it around. That's actually worked out pretty good. I just wanted something a little bit cheaper and a little bit smaller, and that seems like that worked out really well. So our next plan is going to be, so I have the hose there, I'm basically just going to Y splitter off of that connection and bring it to that one. So they'll be, these are going to be moving next to each other for the rest of their life anyway. I'm going to have Rhode Island Reds in that pen and Lavender Orpingtons in that pen. Okay, here we go. So I got the hose connected in with the old hose. I use the Quick Connect connectors with a 2-way splitter, so I have a valve, and then the water just goes over here, excuse me, coming through, look out, connected to that, and then connected to the self-filling water bowl. Okay, well that's it. We were able to put a big old done stamp on this project now. It is complete. Probably later this evening, we're gonna move chickens from where they're at now over to this new pen. And thanks a lot for watching along. Come back again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember to stay awesome, spread some kindness, and know that you are valued. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome to your new home. There you go. Alrighty, good night.